Welcome to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I am Beth Cooper.
I'm Stacey Earlywine, and look at us both in our black.
I know. We're kind of matchy-matchy.
Oh, I'm ready for fall clothes. I love fall clothes.
I do,
I'm
too.
a boots. I love my flip-flops, but my next favorite, I love boots.
Oh, I bought a new pair of boots over the weekend. Yes, I think it was Friday.
Whoa, stop.
I did.
Stop. Shut the tape off.
I don't buy a lot of shoes. When I do, I buy a pair that lasts a long time, but I bought a new pair of boots.
Yeah, you don't wear shoes like I wear shoes.
No. A lot of women have lots of pair of shoes. I have like 3.
Yeah, I have like 150.
Yeah, I like what I like, and I wear them over and over and over. I don't.
What kind of boots?
Cowboy boots. Cowboy boots. I bought a pair of cowboy boots because.
Happy.
I know. So
go check outside and see if the zombie apocalypse has happened.
I bought a pair of cowboy boots because I'm having this big event at work at my company that I work for in Missouri Star Quilt Company. Our big birthday bash, where there'll be thousands of people there, and I'll be working there all week. And it's a Western birthday party this year.
You know what? One of these. I want to know what your next. I'm going with you on one of these.
You should go with me on this one. It'd be fun.
I got too much going on. When are you going?
I'm going again in October.
Oh, okay.
For a couple of days. You can go to October.
Let me check and see what's going on.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway,
I got to check this out. I want to see it.
Yeah, it's fun, and I needed boots to go with my denim skirt that I'm wearing.
Oh, yeah.
And then I have a company shirt I have to wear, but it's going to be Western
someone else,
looking.
did you get a vest?
I didn't get a vest because the company T-shirt, the back of it has to show.
Oh.
So I didn't. So I
you got that. You got. Did you get any? Are you going to come up to? There's
nope. I ordered.
Jewelry.
I found super cheap turquoise jewelry on Amazon. Okay. I got like 27 pieces of jewelry for $9.99. I think I got like
you can't go wrong with that.
4 or 5 necklaces, bracelets, dangly earrings, like all this, and a big turquoise belt.
Yeah.
That
we're always going to use that stuff. We're always doing something.
And yeah, it's super cheap, and I'll probably turn my fingers green, but it's just for a week.
It's just costumes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just for costumes. It's all good.
So anyway, I'm excited about that. But the boots I bought, I have a really small foot, so I like to, if I can, buy my shoes in the children's department because it's cheaper. But so I found this really cute.
What size shoes do you wear?
I wear like a 7.5. I used to wear a 7.
As tall as you are?
Mm-hmm.
How weird is that?
I know. After I had kids, I went up to a 7.5, but I used to always be a 7. But anyway.
Oh, I used to be an 8.5, perfect 8.5. Now I'm a 10. After I had kids, I don't know if it's kids and working. Everything just went.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I got a pair of boots in the kids department at the boot store in Salem. They were fantastic. They had a good selection. They had women's boots too, which I would have bought, but they didn't. I was trying to go with the turquoise theme. They didn't have a pair that fit me, but they did have a pair in the kids department that fit me perfect. I put my inserts in them, and it's just.
You're gonna love wearing boots. Are comfortable.
Yeah.
They are absolutely comfortable.
Yep.
You're going to love wearing boots.
I've been breaking them in. So
yeah, and
if you saw me at Walmart over the weekend and I had on cowboy boots with a pair of black leggings and a t-shirt, don't judge. I had to break them in.
I would have absolutely fallen over.
If you would have seen me at Walmart in those boots. I felt a little ridiculous, but I'd been wearing them all day, trying to break them in, and I just needed 2 things from Walmart, and I'm like, it looks dumb with these leggings, but I'm doing it.
I bet it looks super cute.
Yeah.
Leggings, boots, and a big oversized shirt.
Yeah.
Nothing cuter, man.
Yeah.
Everybody looks good in that.
Okay, well, I'll have to, next week I'll wear my boots and show you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because they're cute. They're turquoise and brown. They have flowers on them.
Nice.
Embroidered.
Yeah, I have a pair of turquoise boots that are black. I wear the fat babies when it comes to cowboy boots. I have a wide foot. And I have big calves, so that, and then I got a pink and brown pair. I work in them. I can actually work in them at the shop and stand all day long.
I used to have a bunch of pairs of those fat babies, like way back in the late 90s. They were really in, and then I sold them all.
Yeah, because they're like I said, they got that wider calf, and yeah, no, I like the fat babies. Like I worked in them. I work in them a lot. Actually, I still have that. I have that pink and brown pair. The pink and brown pair fit better than the black and the turquoise do. So I wear the pink and brown all the time. I wear them a lot in the wintertime.
Yeah.
I wear them out there, but I wear my flip-flops. I wear my Crocs all the time to work in because that's one thing I can work in all day long.
Yeah.
But yeah, fall clothing. I love fall clothing. It's about time for me to make a Cato trip.
Yep.
I got this new shirt. But
yeah, that's cute.
Thank you. But yeah, I'm going to have to make a time for a Cato's run. I'm going to have to try to maybe get some new jeans. I don't know. I went on a crazy jean buying mission last year. And I I had a ton of jeans. I don't need new jeans, but I just think I need new jeans.
Well,
I need to go through and get rid of some stuff again. I'm a closet purger.
Yeah.
As soon as I purge,
Then you restore.
I restore. Yeah, I'm weird. I'm weird. I know. I like a lot of clothes. I would do a lot of clothes. I don't wear a lot, and I don't wear a lot of my stuff over again. I'm a weirdo.
Yeah.
I don't have kids anymore. I used to wear the same thing now at the shop. When I'm working, I pretty much wear the same 3 or 4 because I destroy everything.
Yeah, you do.
I destroy everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's usually I like to shop, and I like to, but I don't really like to shop. I like to go to Cato's.
Yeah.
And I haven't been for a while. I haven't been since the beginning of summer. And my mama's feeling the itch.
Yep.
Gonna have to make a run.
You should go support that store because I heard that they're closing some of them. So you need to help. Keep
I will die. I go
in
monthly.
business.
I go monthly.
Yeah. Well,
I go monthly.
Time to go.
Yeah, it's time for me to go. Yeah. Well, I've heard that terrible thing. What?
I don't know if it's true.
I don't know either, but we need to make sure that does not happen. Salem or Mount Vernon's got to stay. Salem preferably, because I can just zip over there and get what I need.
Salem is handy.
Salem's very handy, but I like Mount Vernon's too. I love Cato, period. If Cato goes under, I don't know what I'm going to do.
You know, next time we go shopping, I think, you know where we ought to go? Mattoon. What's up with Mattoon? They're getting like everything.
Do they have a Cato?
I don't know. Every time I go through there, I'm like...
There for a while, they didn't have anything. Now they got all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, they're like... Any big name, they're like building one there. Like right now, I heard today that they're putting a Texas Roadhouse there. Yeah.
I'm getting a Texas Roadhouse within an hour of me.
Yeah.
I love to. It's
and
one of my.
They got a Chick-fil-A like over the past year. I like Chick-fil-A.
It's all right.
It's fine. It's not my.
I never go anywhere but on Sunday, and and they're never open. But I like Texas Road. I love Texas Roadhouse. That's a game changer for me. Texas Roadhouse, Olive Garden, Waffle House. Boom.
Yeah.
Those are my top 3.
I would take a Red Lobster in there.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like seafood.
Yeah, you don't, but I do.
Yeah. So yeah, but those are my top 3 choices. I'm a steak eater all the way. If I ever got that disease where you got bit by a tick and I couldn't eat beef again, you might as well just put me in the ground. If I could not eat a cheeseburger,
that would be very sad. But
I read an article.
I read an article the other day about a treatment for that, and it's working on people.
Good. I mean, what? How weird? Why would it do that? That's so weird.
Some kind of protein it leaves in your blood or something, and then that protein is confused with animal protein, and so then your body, anytime you ingest it, it fights it or something.
Well, it'd just have to get over it.
Yeah. It would be horrible.
I'm wondering what kind of sickness we're talking.
Emergency room, you can't breathe, and you're covered in hives.
That's bad.
Yeah, the breathing part's a big deal.
Ooh, and that would be one of those things you wouldn't even know it happened till it happened. Right? I mean, it's not like you would know.
Right.
I only know one person with it, you know, but yeah, I've known. Ooh.
Yeah, more and more people all the time. And then a friend of mine, she was camping at Forbes, not this past Labor Day weekend, but the weekend prior, and they came home with tons of ticks. And they were camping in a camper, not a tent. They were just, at a regular camp. They did not like mosey through the woods or anything. They were just at their campsite, and ticks, and they were those little bitty tiny ones that almost look like a little freckle.
How'd they know? I mean,
well, I think she felt one, and then she was like, "Oh my gosh!" And they pulled it out, and then they started looking, and it was a couple, and they both found multiple. And then she thought she had them all. Got home, showered, ended up finding 2 more behind her knee that she didn't know was there. But I told her, I'm like, you need to take a sticky lint roller and roll all over your body, because I read that you should do that to help get the ones off that you really can't see that good. When they're that little, you just...
Oh, and why are they so little?
I don't know. And
stupid things.
Like that, I don't understand, certain things like ticks and mosquitoes. Like, why do we have those again? Why?
I don't know. I always told Jim, I said, when I get to heaven, I'm gonna ask God, why slugs? Why ticks? Why mosquitoes? And Jim's like, you're not going to ask because you're not going to care. You're going to be in heaven. I'm like,
he's always so practical.
I'm like, can you just not be practical for just a minute and let me have my moment? The answer's no, he can't.
No, he can't.
Jim Early Wine.
Yes.
It's a weirdo.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, so that's kind of a, ugh. I don't like ticks.
I don't either. I hate them. I
now
can't
I'm
deal
gonna
with
be
them.
like, what's up?
Yeah, and she also asked me. She's like,
if I like getting freckles anyway, it's like I think it's freckles. Now I'm freaking out.
She was like, if I find another one and no one's around, do you care to help get it? And I was like, no, I can't. Like, I'm sorry. That's where I draw the line. I love you.
No, I cannot.
And you're a good neighbor, but there's other people that live on this street that would maybe be worth asking. This one over here has good eyes. You could ask her.
I wouldn't be able to see it. Yeah, I'd be like, I don't know.
I am so grossed out by ticks. Anytime, and I can count on one hand how many times my kids have had a tick, and I think it's only twice. But
my boys didn't get them very often. I remember picking them off.
No, at the shop, Jason had to deal with it. Never me. I can do everything else.
I'd see it.
Dirty diapers, I got it. Puke in the hallway, got it. None of that bothers me.
Ticks.
You got a tick on you. You're not my child. Go away. I can't even look at you right now. Like, can't deal with it.
I've picked a lot of my children at the shop.
Ugh.
Giving haircuts or whatever. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I would die.
Yeah.
I would die.
Yeah. They're not your friend, that's for sure.
Okay. You have an ad.
I have an ad. Let me find it. What did I do this time? Okay, look at this one. This is you dirty boy. Pear soap. Recommended by Mrs. Lily Langtree for improving and preserving the complexion. That woman is torturing that little boy. I love the thing, you dirty boy at the bottom. You
dirty boy.
With a pot of water and a very mean. This commercial, this reminds me of my granny.
Yeah.
Because when I was a little girl, the last person, when you spend the night with my granny, when she gave you a bath, it was the most horrendous thing you've ever had. She basically scrubbed your body to death.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because she's getting every germ off of you. When she washed your hair, it was like crazy. She dug your scalp, and then to get your feet. Oh man, she'd like almost pull you under. She'd pull your feet up and get a brush. She had a brush she used, and she'd scramble, brush it between your toes and your nails.
That's a little rough.
Yeah, so Pear soap here. This woman reminded me of my granny, and it's like almost like this lady in here. It looks like look at that poor little fella.
I know, he's got his arms out like that. It looks like he has some weird growth on his arm, but maybe that's soap dripping.
It's soap dripping.
Okay.
That's all the soap dripping off. That's Pear soap. Okay. I've never heard of Pear soap. Have you?
No, I'd say that this ad did not get them a lot of extra customers.
Chances are Pear soap went out of business shortly after this was taken. I just thought that was so funny because it's like, you got to be kidding me.
That's funny.
How funny is that?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, Pear soap.
Oh, my.
We're going to take a commercial break, and then you're going to come back with a
surprise.
With a surprise.
Story. All right. And then a good story.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll be right back.
This is Christy, inviting you to wrap yourself in lasting luxury at Carnaby Square. We specialize in one-on-one customer service, high quality, head-turning, on-trend fashions, footwear, accessories, and a complete line of Brighton leather goods and jewelry. If you want to nix fast fashion and invest in a true-to-size, ethically manufactured wardrobe that you'll wear for years, it's time to treat yourself at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
We like technology at Flora Savings Bank. Here's what you can accomplish in our mobile banking app in less than 30 seconds. See account balances in your transactions, set up an account alert, make a transfer between accounts, get an alert text message about your transfer, pay a bill, turn your debit card off and then back on. It all happens in the palm of your hand with our free My Bank to Go app. Search My Bank to Go in the App Store or Google Play and give mobile banking a try. Flora Savings Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. So a few weeks ago on a show, we were talking about PawPaws.
Yes.
And how we'd never eaten one. And I talked about how we'd went on one time on an adventure to try to find them, but they had already all fallen off the tree and everything had eaten them. PawPaw trees grow in the woods around here. They're not real common. They're beautiful little trees, and they give off a fruit that is called the banana of the Midwest.
The banana of the Midwest.
They are hard to come by, but thanks to Dorothy Cobble, one of our watchers of the show, she had a gentleman from Olney give her a couple PawPaws actually, and they all ate one at the Elm River Chowder this weekend. And so I brought my cutting board, and Dorothy, thank you, Dorothy, sent us a couple of PawPaws, and we are going to try a PawPaw
on air.
Live on air. Now this
that
one
looks like a potato.
Does this one is ripe?
Abby, you may have to zoom in
ready.
a minute. This one, it's not hard like I thought.
Nope, that one's a little mushy.
It smells good.
This one is not ripe.
Yeah, this one's kind of mushy.
This one here is just hard as a rock. And then this one is like a very... I can see why they call it the banana of the Midwest, because
it feels like
this one, if you feel it, it is very mushy, like a really ripe banana. Okay, so...
Stay right there, Abby. Let's see what this thing looks like on the inside.
We're not to eat the seeds or the skin.
What happens if that happens?
And so, I don't know. I brought a potato peeler to see if that would work on the skin. It does.
What's the inside look like? You know, I'm not up for trying new things, right?
You're going to eat it and you're going to like it. That's what I tell my kids. You're going to eat it and you're going to like it.
No, that looks weird. Oh, my gosh. It smells good.
So,
ugh.
I don't know if that's a seed there.
I'm scared.
We all are a little scared.
I'm scared.
Okay, this chunk here has no seeds and no skin. Here's your fork.
You're going to make me go first?
Yeah, go for it,
Did
Stace.
you do it first? Have you eaten it yet?
No, this is all surprise. This is live on air.
Not bad.
Not bad? Okay. I'll give it a whirl.
Not bad.
The others I've talked to said that it tastes like a banana.
Like a slimy banana. It's got a weird texture that kind of freaks me out a little bit. It's got a little bit of an aftertaste.
It's very much like a banana.
It's very much like a banana, but it's slimy.
I really like it. Like, it tastes like a really good banana. And you know what else I think you could do with this?
You can make some sort of bread out of it.
Yeah, like a banana bread, but like a PawPaw bread.
That would make better banana bread than a banana bread. Because it's mushier. Not too bad.
I say 10 out of 10, honestly.
I
like it a lot.
Which
I like all fruit.
But it's a texture thing for me. It's slimy. That's why I don't like zucchini. It's a little slimy.
I love zucchini.
It's a little slimy.
And I love yellow squash. Would you like another bite?
No.
Well, we'll cut some off here for Ty and Abby.
What the inside looks at. Oh wow!
So those
black things are seeds.
Yeah, that's all seeds all the way down the center.
Interesting.
So I am going to take these seeds home.
Are you going to grow pawpaws now?
I want to. I've always wanted a pawpaw tree.
And that will grow a tree?
I guess. I mean, that's where pawpaws come from.
Well, there you go.
That's the seed. That's pretty big.
That's huge.
It's like the size of a walnut.
No wonder you don't eat it.
Yeah, you don't eat it because it would choke you to death.
Yeah. It's not bad, but I'm a weird texture person. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of seeds in there.
There is a lot of seeds in there.
See, because when you first cut it, then I'm like, oh, that's a nasty big old black spot, but it's the seed.
So if you were going to try to make something out of a pawpaw, you would need to know exactly how to cut it correctly, because obviously I just sort of hacked into this thing. But the seeds would definitely, you almost need to core it like a pineapple, perhaps.
Yeah.
And then get all the fruit out of the... But apparently the forest animals love them.
It tastes like a banana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I bet it makes better banana bread
Than
than
banana?
bananas. I bet it would be. Sometimes, of course, it depends on who makes the banana bread. Some people, it's not. I don't even know what moist. That'll make it really moist. I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Yep.
bad.
Yeah. So that
I
was,
wouldn't just eat one because it's a lot of work. I can just pull a banana and go. But
Right.
but it's more banana flavoring than a banana. You know, because a banana that almost tastes like a banana that you've added extra banana flavoring to.
yeah. That's a good way to put it. It's a banana with extra banana flavoring.
With banana flavoring, it's a
Very
stronger
banana-y.
flavor. It is. I still taste it.
It's Bananarama.
It's Bananarama. And and bananas are my favorite flavor of everything.
I like banana.
I love banana everything.
Yeah,
me
I like
too.
the artificial banana flavor.
I
too.
love artificial banana.
I like
Amy-
the banana popsicles.
Oh,
Those
my
are
favorite.
good.
Banana snow cones.
Banana pudding.
Banana. Oh, yeah. Everything. Banana. Banana.
Yes, yes.
My
So,
fave.
okay. So I'm going to move on with my show for today. And I am going to talk about a man named Alan Johnson. So Alan Johnson, I had mentioned him on another episode where we talked about this guy who took adventures with his grandchildren. So he was from Illinois. He's been in Florida. He was in Florida multiple times, did book signings because every time he did an adventure with his grandkids, he wrote a book about it. And I've met him a couple times, and super nice guy. I mean, he was the kind of guy that you met and then you felt like you'd known him forever. And you felt like if you needed a favor or if you were ever, and he lived in Ohio in his later years, but like if you were ever in Ohio, you could just be like, hey, Alan, I'm in town. Like, what's up? You know? And he'd be like, oh, let's go to dinner. I mean, like he's that, even if you just met him like one time, he was that nice. He's passed away now. But anyway, great guy. And he did these adventures. Like this book here is called, it's called Biking to the Arctic Circle, and we're going to talk a little bit about his trip biking from the Midwest all the way up to the Arctic Circle in Alaska. And you can see on the front of the cover there the route. He started from not too far away from where we are, a little north of where we are now, and then went all the way up to the Arctic Circle in Alaska. On a bike, and he takes his grandkids on these adventures. And this is another copy of one of his books that I have, and this one is called Biking the Fairy Tale Trail, and this one is in Germany. He took his grandkids on a bike route all through Germany, and they crisscrossed and went to all these castles that were the castles that the Brothers Grimm wrote their fairy tales from about. And so I'll talk a little bit about both of these books, but I also want to just talk about Alan himself.
Let's hear about him.
Because he was a really interesting guy. He lived to be 86 years old, and he passed away in Egypt in 2021. He was born in Lawrenceville, is where he was born. He was traveling in Egypt, and I don't know exactly what happened, but he passed away over there. Yeah, he was a veteran of the U.S. Air Force, and he was retired from the WPAFB after 51 years. Ty, would you Google what that stands for? I had it written down, and I forgot. WPAFB. I think it's something Air Force Base. But he had a lot to do, I think, with Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. I believe his business was like radios, you know, breaker 19.
Breaker 19.
Yeah, that kind of radio. But he was a really interesting guy, and he was married to this woman named Gloria Johnson, and she was born in Chester, Illinois, and she passed away in 2012, which this Biking the Fairy Tale Trail, he did this in 2011. So while him and the grandkids were biking in Germany, she had been diagnosed with cancer and had been fighting it for a few years and was back home. She passed away the next year. But she also had a very interesting life, and he wrote this beautiful summary of her life, and I wish that I could get my hands on a beautiful summary of his life in his own words, because both of them did amazing things. So let me pull up this article here. this was in the Dayton Daily News right after he passed away. And it says, Alan Leroy Johnson, a world traveler who worked 51 years at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, died November 22nd in Aswan, Egypt. He was originally from Illinois, and he relocated to Dayton in 1959. He was a veteran of the U.S. Air Force and remained a Dayton resident until his death, but spent much of his time circling the globe. Johnson's loved ones remember him as an energetic, adventure-loving traveler, scholar, and friend. And scholar is true. He was one of the most intelligent people I think I've ever had conversation with. Like, this guy was smart. This is a quote from his friend Carla Bruin. She's actually in one of the books here with him. Alan was the type of person who was very, very generous. His generosity first extended to his family. He began taking these adventures with his grandchildren, and he told me that he doesn't think when he dies that he'll have a lot of money to leave for his family, but the legacy of taking his kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids on extravagant trips and the memories that they created together was what was important to him. Some of these adventures included kayaking in Iceland, rollerblading across Holland, biking across the Arctic Circle, an African safari, multiple trips to Egypt, visits to Spain, Russia, Sweden, and many more. To celebrate his 85th birthday last year, Johnson organized an 85-mile bike ride with Brun and her husband Carl on the Creekside Trail beginning near Johnson's Dayton home. So even at the end, even at 85 years old, he was biking 85 miles. He was involved in all kinds of organizations. And then he wrote all of these really fascinating books about his adventures. And this is not a complete list of his books, but he started in 1986, and that one was called Drive Through Russia, ? Impossible. 1986. He did it. He drove through Russia from one end to the other. Canoeing the Wabash, 1991. I had in my head that he had canoed the Little Wabash, but it was actually the Wabash. And that was in 1991 with one of his grandsons. Biking across the Devil's Backbone, 1997. Australia from the back of a camel in 1999. Oh my God. And he took his grandkids on all of these. Like, he had grandkids with him, and they were gone for weeks. But he told me when I met with him in person, like, he didn't want to just take his kids on a trip where they just saw things, because you forget those things. Mm-hmm. But when you actually are physically doing the thing, it stays in your mind forever. Mm-hmm. So he wanted trips where he was physically doing activities with his grandkids, like biking, sailing, rollerblading, whatever. I'm like, well, that makes sense. I mean, you do forget a lot of what you saw, but the things that you do on vacation, you remember better. Biking to the Arctic Circle was in 2000. He wrote one on the genealogy of his Johnson family in 2001. That was not, I don't think that one was an adventure one. Rollerblading across Holland in 2002. Kayaking around Iceland in 2003. I read that one. That was really good. Wilmore horseback adventure in 2004. Sweden through the eyes of a 6-year-old, 2005. Walking Hadrian's Wall in 2006. Skiing the Andes in 2007. So see, it's almost every year they're doing one of these trips.
These are big. These are expensive too.
Canoeing the Boundary Water in 2008. Biking the Blue Ridge Parkway in 2009. Biking the Blue Ridge Parkway with 5 granddaughters in 2010. Egypt, cruising up the Nile in 2011. Biking the Evangeline Trail in 2011. That was in 2011. And then this, I think that one was mentioned. But
we need to take a commercial break.
And then this one. So anyway, I'll keep talking about him. We'll be right back.
At Clay County Hospital, we are dedicated to providing quality care for you and your family. Our skilled medical team is committed to your well-being, ensuring that you receive the personalized attention you deserve. From filling your prescriptions at our state-of-the-art pharmacy to a visit with our compassionate behavioral health providers, we're here to support you every step of the way in your journey. Experience the difference at Clay County Hospital, where your health is our priority. Clay County Hospital. Complete care, start to finish.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you can be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to your mutual agent today.
Your local agent is on the square. Louisville, Clay County, Farmers Mutual Insurance.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. So we're talking about a man named Alan Johnson who came to Florida a few times. He was born in Lawrenceville. He knew this area well. Him and his wife both went to U of I. That is where they met. Let's see a picture of Alan.
Yeah.
Ty? I'm pretty sure I sent one. There we go. This is Alan Johnson.
Aww.
And what a great, nice guy this is. So, yeah, I took this off Find a Grave. But, and then let's go at, what other pictures did I send? Did I send any of, yeah, there's his stone. He has a very nice veteran's stone there. And then his wife does as well. And I meant to crop that and zoom in, but can you zoom in a little bit on that stone? And we'll read what both of them say because... yeah, so Alan said, this family man beginning a new great adventure. So he loved the great adventures. He served in Vietnam. And then his wife, Gloria, let's look at her stone as well. And it says, knit like there is no tomorrow, joined by hubby for a new great adventure.
Oh, wow.
And I just think that's so sweet.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read a little bit about Gloria's life, too, just because he wrote this in his words, and it includes a little bit of his history, too. Let's see. Gloria graduated from St. John's Elementary and studied dance until she graduated from Chester High School in 1948. Following graduation, she studied nursing for 1 year at Jewish Hospital in St. Louis, Missouri. Then when a body she was transporting to the morgue reached out and grabbed her in the elevator, she decided she wasn't cut out for nursing.
Well, yeah.
I think that would do it. Gloria stayed in the St. Louis area and worked as a secretary at Woolworths and several law offices. And during that time, she volunteered with the USO in entertaining the troops at Scott Air Force Base in Illinois. She studied ballet and danced professionally with the St. Louis Muni Opera in 1951. That same year, Albert Einstein presented a lecture at Washington University in St. Louis on the making of the atomic bomb. Gloria and her roommate attended the lecture, and at the end of the formal lecture, Einstein invited all of the left-handed and dyslexic people to remain while the rest of the audience was excused. He told Gloria and the handful of other remaining people that he was left-handed and dyslexic. He had a very hard time during his early school years in Germany. He was called stupid, backward, and nitwit by one teacher, and that he would never amount to anything by another. He explained to Gloria and the others that he didn't work the problems like the other students did. Sometimes he worked them backwards or sideways, but he still arrived at the correct answer. Mm-hmm. Decide on where you want to go and then figure out your own way of getting to the solution, he told Gloria. Her private audience with Einstein had a profound effect on her problem-solving methods the rest of her life. Not many people can say that they met him and had a private conversation with him. Gloria developed military tuberculosis in 1952 and spent a year in Mount St. Rose Sanatorium near St. Louis. After her recovery, she entered the University of Illinois at Champaign to study occupational therapy. Gloria did well in her OT classes but had trouble with mathematics. When the algebra instructor asked her to remove the parentheses from an algebraic equation, she erased them. Gloria, who had developed an interest in guns while in high school by shooting rats at the Chester dump, joined the U of I gun club. One night, while target shooting at the Armory rifle range, she inadvertently shot 10 holes in the target next to hers. The young man in the lane whose target she shot tapped her on the shoulder, introduced himself as Alan Johnson, and asked if she would please shoot at her own target. One thing led to another, and 3 years later, in 1957, they were married. Who says you can't get a man with a gun?
I love that.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Anyway, there's lots of cute stories that he wrote about her through the years, but they both graduated from U of I. He taught, she was never a good driver. He taught her how to drive on the country roads of Southern Illinois. They moved to Boston, Massachusetts. They had their first child, Donald Glenn, there, and then later they had their second child, Judith Ann. Now, I believe Judith is still alive. I reached out to her. I reached out to some of the grandchildren as well, and did not get a response back from anyone. I'm hoping they saw my messages, but I don't know that they did. So, let's see. Gloria was on some of the adventures with him. She walked the Hadrian's Wall, which is all the way across England 2,000 years ago. The Roman Emperor Hadrian built a 100-mile-long wall across the center of England to keep the northern barbarians out of the Roman southern settlements. So Gloria and her family walked 10 miles a day for 10 days to complete the tour of the Roman forts and ruins. And then later she got cancer and passed away. But I'm just going to kind of touch on this this book, The Biking, the Fairy Tale Trail. This one was in Germany. They went to all of the castles that had been mentioned in or based on, like Cinderella, all of the Grimm fairy tales. So it says this was his plan. He saw a headline in the Wall Street Journal, and it said, "Drive the Fairy Tale Trail." And he was on his way home from Egypt at the time in 2010, and he saw that, and he asked if his granddaughters, "Hey, would you like to go do this trail with me in Germany?" And one granddaughter, she said, "Sure." The other granddaughter said, as long as the hills aren't as steep and long as the Blue Ridge Parkway. Because, see, they had ridden 500 miles of the Blue Ridge Parkway in 2009. So, first of all, biking anywhere for 500 miles. And then think about the Blue Ridge Parkway, which is the Blue Ridge Mountains, which is nothing but mountains.
Oh,
They're
my
going
gosh.
up and down mountains, and actually that parkway, he said, is mainly all uphill.
I barely walked up the big hill from Holiday World.
I know. You almost need like someone to push you up that hill. But anyway, what he did was he researched this trail. He mapped it out, the exact map of how he could do this. His mind worked like a map. Like he was very exact, very military when it came to like planning things. I know that from just having talked with him a little bit, a couple of different times. He said he laid out a rough route on my large-scale Germany map, and then he ordered a dozen detailed biking maps from a British bookstore. Using the fine scale maps, I laid out a bike route that took us through most of the points of interest in 10 40-mile stages. Considering time to get to Germany and fly home, we could accomplish the trip in 14 days. The girls wanted to go in the summer, so he picked June 15th as the departure date. Early in January 2011, I started emailing the German castles to make room reservations. Some of the replies came back in German, which I could not read. He had a German friend that translated those for him. After several weeks of back and forth emails, I succeeded in obtaining reservations at the desired castles, with the exception of Sleeping Beauty's castle. Even though I contacted them 6 months before our arrival, they replied that no rooms were available for our desired dates. I added 2 more days on our next castle reservation to compensate. This part was interesting. He contacted the airlines to see how much it would cost to take your bicycles to Germany. Because what you want to bike this, what are you going to do when you get there?
I was going to buy bikes.
Rent bikes, whatever, you know. Previously, I carried 2 bicycles on our flight to Sweden for $50 each way. Today, with the airline's mindset to charge as much as traffic will bear, they quoted me $200 per bicycle per direction. With a potential cost of $1,200 to get 3 bicycles to Germany and back home, I attempted to rent bicycles in Frankfurt. After a frustrating month of contacting dozens of different bicycle outfits, including bicycle tour companies, I realized it was impossible to rent a road bicycle in Germany. The major cities have bicycles that I could use for free to get from the train station to our hotel or around town, but not between towns. Next, I contacted a dozen more bicycle shops trying to buy a used road bicycle. No luck again. I could buy new ones for $1,000 to $6,000 each, but not used ones. Check the garage sales, one German clerk suggested. I explained I didn't have time to run about Frankfurt checking garage sales when we got there. After 2 months of effort to avoid paying to transport our bicycles on the flight, I bit the bullet and made our flight reservations, telling the U.S. Airways representative we would be bringing 3 bicycles. So he had to pay to get these bikes over there and back. He started training every day, riding his bike from 10 miles to 20 miles to 30 miles to 40 miles. He also asked his granddaughters to practice and work up to 40 miles on their bikes. They did not do that. They were too busy, he said, with high school homework, 20 hours a week at their part-time job, and the spring dance. They never found time to build up mileage on their bikes. But they are in good shape because they run a lot and they play soccer and lacrosse.
Well, I was going to say, it's not like me and you jumping on a bicycle and going 50 miles.
Yeah. So, anyway, he took 6 months to plan it, map it out very specifically, had all these reservations. Each day they knew they would be riding 40 miles. And then this would get them to the next point, And they made this loop all around Germany and hit all of these castles. Cinderella's castle, Sleeping Beauty's castle, what's the one with the long hair? Rapunzel's castle. There's all of these.
I didn't realize, are they specific? I mean,
they're the castles that were when the original fairy tale was written by Grimm, which is Disney took from.
Yeah.
Then that was the castle that the Grimm brothers based it on. So there really is a physical connection.
Okay, I didn't know there
to
was.
The story.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Ty, I know I'm running out of time. Let's look at some pictures, and then I need to take a commercial?
No, you got to. Okay. You can look at some pictures.
Okay.
And take one.
Okay, so this is Alan and 2 of his granddaughters as they are riding through Germany, and they got their helmets on. They got, they're ready to go. Okay. Let's see what else. This is a working windmill that they rode past in Germany. They actually rode past, I think, at least 2 of these windmills that were actually working and producing, pumping water. I don't know what they actually did. He called them working windmills. I don't know. They're working.
Probably pumping water. I don't know. Just looking super cool is all I got to say.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so... Oh, this one. Okay, so this is a different book. This is the Arctic Circle one. But he signed both copies of my book. And the Arctic Circle one, he wrote in there, and he has the date, "You have a beautiful baby." And then that was I believe his granddaughter Emily that signed it, and then him as well in 2005. That baby would have been Malia Cooper Larch. And she went with me to the book signing, and I just thought that was so sweet. I took a picture of that. I'm like, oh, I remember that now. Malia was a charming little baby and had him wrapped around her finger immediately. So, okay.
How fun.
Yes. We'll stop. We won't look at that one.
That's
going to go to a different book. Yeah. So, okay, we'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
Since 2004, Ed Lewis Trucking has been moving America forward. Family-owned and built on values that matter. Reliability, hard work, and service you can count on. From dry van freight to dump and hopper bottoms, plus top-tier truck maintenance in their state-of-the-art shop that's open to all truckers, not just their own fleet. They're growing stronger, expanding with their recent acquisition of McKinney Trucking, but never losing sight of what drives them. It's Ed Lewis Trucking. Family-driven, service-proven. Call Ed Lewis Trucking at 618-686-3555.
My name is Robin Stanford. I own Stanford Marketing. It's a promotional products business along with an embroidery business. And we do custom hats, t-shirts, anything, you name it, we can make it. People like that we do stuff in-house and we can actually make things here and that we're not contracting the work out to other places. We never say no. We always try to find a way to do it. If anybody can do it, we can do it. We are hardworking women, that is for sure. Come to Stanford Marketing in Flora for all your custom and promotional needs.
Jimmy order lumber, doors, paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, Jimmy ordered guns too.
John Lucas,
What?
you better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. We're talking about a gentleman named Alan Johnson and his adventures that he took his grandchildren on. So this particular one I'm talking about, the biking the fairy tale trail, when they cycled through Germany and went to all of the princess castles. They did stay in other places as well when they didn't have a castle to stay in. And this particular part of the book talks about the Petershagen. And he had directions to the hotel called Schloss Peterschlagen.
Good luck.
And he copied a map from Google before he left that showed the hotel location. He compared it with his bicycle map, and he turned it upside down, sideways, whatever. He couldn't get it to match up. And Emily is in the back seat, and she says, "Grandpa, what is the name of the hotel?" And he says, Schloss Peterschlagen. And she says, "Well, the sign is right there." So they had pulled in right to the right place and didn't realize it. But anyway,
because it's not like signs we see here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they go in to check on the reservations, and the person at the front says, "Yes, your 3 rooms are ready, Mr. Johnson." And so they moved their van, because they had a van that was following them with supplies. They moved the van up and found their rooms. And he asked the clerk, he said, "What time is supper served?" And she said, "We are serving a banquet feast tonight at 6 p.m. Would you like to make reservations?"
Yes, please.
And he said, "Yes, there will be 5 of us." So he went, took his luggage to his room, laid down for a short nap, and then right before 6 o'clock, rounded everybody up. They went down to the dining room. The hostess seated us in a very formal dining room at a table with 5 glasses at each place. 5 glasses. Cloth napkins, 3 forks, 3 knives, and 3 spoons. The waiter filled our water glasses and took orders for drinks, Sprite and Coke for this group. After he brought our drinks, he invited us to partake of the banquet in the adjacent room. 25 tables in the dining room held the largest variety of food I have ever seen. We followed 4 or 5 other couples in the serving line. The appetizers included garnelen cocktail, which is cocktail shrimp, mini potato pancakes, liverwurst on crackers, 4 different cheeses, poached zucchini rolls, cocktail sausages, and salmon. That was just the appetizers. The salads, marinated lettuce, potato salad, slaw, sauerkraut, carrots, olives, pickles. That was the salads. Then there were soups. Clear broth with liver dumplings. Sounds very German. Yeah. Onion soup, lentil soup, potato dumpling soup.
Lentil soup is good, yeah.
Green bean and ham soup. That might be good.
Green bean and ham soup?
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay, and then the side dishes were cooked carrots and ginger sauce, hash brown potatoes, mashed potatoes, potatoes boiled in salt water, white rice, and rice and saffron sauce.
Good night.
This is the main course. Trout, goose, tender fillet of chicken breast in a pepper onion crust. That would have been what I would have went for. This is how they said it in German. Zartes Hähnchenbrustfilet unter der Pfeffer Zwiebelbrüste. That's just for chicken tender. That's how you say it, I guess. Rabbit, marinated beef, veal cutlet with mushrooms and peppers, pigeon, and turkey. The breads were rye, white, whole grain, or hard rolls. And then the desserts were orange slices, watermelon, honeydew melon, cantaloupe, chocolate mousse, strawberry mousse, blueberries and whipped cream, strawberries and whipped cream, maple custard, vanilla custard, lemon custard, yogurt with strawberries, orange parfait with kiwi fruit. And your drinks were coffee, tea, milk, wine, cranberry juice, orange juice, lemonade, sparkling water.
Now, was this was not a special occasion?
No, this was just the evening banquet, a feast. I don't know if they did it every evening or if it was just certain evenings, but they were like,
oh, my Lanta.
So they walked right into this feast that they didn't even know was happening at this hotel. Like, what an adventure.
I've never just walked into a feast.
I've never walked into a feast
I've
either.
traveled all over the place. I've never walked into a feast.
I want to walk into a feast.
I want to. I do too.
He said I could have made a meal of the desserts, and he shared a picture of the dessert table, which is insane.
Sakes.
In this book, he shares lots of pictures of their trips.
Ridiculous.
So this one has lots of pictures of the castles. I didn't send them all in. They're all black and white, and it's kind of hard to really make sense of it all. But he also has in the back how you can order his books. I think he used to have a website, but I was unable to find it. He describes his book. This is a description of his Cruising Up the Nile book. My 3 granddaughters and I flew to Egypt on a 2-week adventure to learn about the oldest civilization in the world. We started at the Great Pyramid of Giza, the only one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world still standing. After touring the pyramid, we rode camels down to see the Great Sphinx. Then they flew to Luxor and visited the 3,600-year-old Karnak, the largest temple complex in the world. They rode camels all over Egypt. They had, I don't know.
The Great Adventurers.
Yes, the Great Adventurers. I'm trying to find one of them that was just the kayaking around Iceland.
Now that's
embarked on a kayaking trip in the Arctic Ocean. Okay, first of all, I'm scared to kayak on a pond that I'm going to flip that
and
sucker.
He's in the Arctic Ocean.
And he's in the Arctic Ocean, which is freezing. It doesn't matter what time of year. With somebody else's kids. Yes, they're his grandkids.
Yeah, but still. No.
No. If my dad or my father-in-law said, I'm going to take your girls and we're going to get in a kayak and go all around Iceland, I'd be like,
because are those orcas in there? Those ginormous whales where they see that and they think you're a piece of fish?
Mm-hmm. This is a short description of this adventure. These girls were 8 years old.
No.
Okay. One of the days, the sunny, windless, glassy, smooth fjord turned into a gray, foamy torrent of wind-whipped, white-capped waves in less than an hour. Paddling back to the mainland became an exciting adventure. The other days of kayaking turned out to be much more mundane. They experienced beautiful, sunny, calm weather, picturesque green fjords, sparkling waterfalls, colorful puffin birds, and snow-covered mountains in the background. Besides kayaking, they visited waterfalls, geysers, glaciers, bird cliffs, geothermal pools, and gorgeous black sand beaches. Emily counted 1,004 waterfalls while they drove 2,000 miles through the Iceland countryside. One windy day, they visited the Latravarg bird cliffs where millions of puffins and other birds rested. So that one, I read this one too. This one was fantastic. This one was called Rollerblading Across Holland.
Read it real quick.
I'll read it real quick and then we'll take a break.
Well, we're almost done.
We're almost done.
But
I didn't get into the Arctic Circle. In the summer of 1998, Alan, Kelsey, and Carla, that was a family friend, these kids were 11 at the time, rollerbladed 365 miles around Holland carrying a backpack. They started in Amsterdam, skated to the coast of the North Sea, followed the coastline down to Belgium, skated into Antwerp, and back up to Amsterdam. They encountered windmills, dikes, polders, dams, canals, monasteries, medieval churches, a diamond factory, castles, and beaches. The trio averaged 25 miles a day in skates by skating 5 to 7 hours. They stopped often to explore windmills, swim in the North Sea, tour the unique storm surge barriers that keeps the sea out of the Dutch lowlands, and visit with local people and see the local sites. The food in Holland and Belgium was both delicious and attractively presented. They dined on lobster salads, chicken breast, Argentine steaks, all kinds of other things.
Well, they eat well.
The trio agreed rollerbladed, swam in the North Sea 10 times, ate 103 scoops of delicious Dutch ice cream, sampled 38 different kinds of cheeses, and attended a flower auction where 17 million flowers are sold each day. Oh, wow. I'd call that a successful trip. Okay, real quick, let's show some pictures of the Arctic Circle that I sent in. This was kind of like the cover of where they started down in northern Illinois. And northern Indiana. They crossed over to Illinois and then went up into way up into Alaska. And the children, the grandkids, only did a portion of this, and his friend did the other portion. Okay, and then let's see this other picture. These are Mama Grizzly Bear and a cub. Him and two of his granddaughters, I think it was granddaughters on this trip, went 15 feet away from this mama and her cub grizzly bear on the road. They're just cruising down the road on their bikes, and then right next to the road,
the bear would chase you down on a bike.
Yes, and they didn't.
Eat you.
And they didn't. They just and that's why the picture's a little blurry, because as he's going by, he just
clicked it.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Are there any more pictures?
No.
Oh, that was it.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, I want to know what all these kids have done in their lives, all these grandchildren. Were his children successful like he was, and his grandchildren? I mean, do we know whatever happened to any of these grandchildren?
Well, they're on Facebook, so that's how I tracked them down. Is like I went through the obituaries and I found her, and him, and then they said who their children were, which then I looked up on Facebook and narrowed it down to the towns that they lived in Dayton, and yes, then did a little sleuthing, and yes, this has got to be his daughter, Judy, and sent her a message, waited. I've been working on this story for several weeks. I sent her a message, waited, didn't hear any reply. Of course, when you send a message on Facebook Messenger to somebody that you're not Facebook friends with, they don't see the notification.
No.
So it might be a long time before she does see it, and then I thought, well, she's older, and she may not check her Facebook as often, but I was able to find her kids and also sent messages that direction and didn't hear back either. So, I hope that they're comfortable. They may be, and I hope that they're comfortable with me talking about this, because it's fascinating, and it's their grandpa, and he did amazing things, and I'm proud that he's from our neck of the woods. I mean, I like hearing success stories of local people. I know he wasn't Clay County, but he was Lawrenceville, or like I want to hear success stories of people that don't live here any longer and what they did with their lives. I mean, there's a lot of successful people that have stayed here, and there's successful people that have left here, and we need both types.
And we need everything.
And I love to hear amazing stories of people like that came from our area. So anyway, what a cool guy. I wish everyone could have met him. I only, spent a little bit of time with him a couple of different times, and he was an amazing man.
Yeah.
So,
pretty cool.
Very neat.
All righty, let's end this episode with another Here's Your Sign.
Okay.
A guy was walking around with one of those cheese hats on, and somebody said, "Hey, are you a Packers fan?" He said, "Nope, I just like the body that cheese gives my hair."
Okay. All righty then.
We're done.
Gosh.
That's
all
it.
right.
We're way over.
All right. Thanks for joining us, and we will catch you next time.
God bless you, and have a great day.